just as Vice broke the story that Moscow is paying big TikTok creators to spread Russian propaganda, so...
Hey, my people, go watch his video so you can understand the context of this video. And honestly, go watch all of his videos. You need to be watching him. So I wanted to talk about my own personal experience with what he's talking about. Because I noticed a shift and a change in some things that didn't make a lot of sense to me before the war. And yes, it's a war, not an occupation. About 2 weeks or so before Russia decided to try to take over the Ukraine, and then a huge uptick like the day before, I would be scrolling through TikTok and I would see video after video talking about how the Ukraine government is corrupt and that Russia was their only real salvation because the Ukrainian people had been begging Putin to come in and take over and liberate them from the Nazis. And I was like, what? One particular female creator I saw in probably at least 20 lives. I don't know where she came up with the time for all of this because I was like, does she not have a job? Well, now I realize this was her job. Going into live after live after live, giving this complete narrative of pro-Russia and how Russia should actually take over the United States as well. It would solve all of our problems. And watching people in the comments be like, you need to leave America if you believe that, Russia should take over. To then, after watching this and listening to her for a while, be like, oh my God, you're right. It's not him. It's not Putin. It's the corrupt governments. He's the sane one. This was countless creators that I was running into doing this. And they all sounded the exact same way, spewing the same things. My initial thought was, man, the crazies are really out in force. And then I saw this big creator, like well over 1 million followers. I started following this person because they were giving advice on how to TikTok better, how to push yourself in the algorithm and all that. And then I saw a video of him kind of laughing and being about how we're all kind of stooges because we are all believing this false narrative and fake news because the bombings weren't real. That the news footage that the world is seeing isn't what's actually happening. Ukrainians are actually bombing themselves. People are hugging Russian soldiers as they invade because they're there to save them. Talking about how Anonymous never actually did anything. That all of the Russian websites that they attacked were actually taken down weeks ahead of the invasion to prepare for the invasion. I'd actually made some comments to some people about how, holy shit, if I didn't know better, and if I didn't hear that these were actually real people, I would swear it was like Russian bots. It was close. Scary close. I'm actually going to do a video on why I think this is happening, how long I think it's been happening, because it's been happening for a very long time, and what I think the eventual outcome is going to be. Because honestly, I'm scared for our democracy. You should be too.